Get it. In that case then, I'll make it 5 and I'll keep it at 40,000, but I'll take the holiday back. While you contemplate that, we're going to the newsroom.
Coming up, beyond mining, plans unveiled for future hunter land use. A man charged with sexually assaulting an aged care patient at Maclean. And Coffs Harbour hit for 6, no local Big Bash game this summer. Details coming up next.
Brianna, before we went to the newsroom, 5 counters for $40,000, but you have to give up 4,100, and you are already walking away with a pizza oven.
Yep.
Almost to the value of 2,000.
Yeah. Let's play. Just do it. All right. Let's just play it.
Oh, she's going to do it.
Only here once.
You are only here once, and let's hope that you go home with $40,000.
Oh my gosh,
but
can
I've
you
got
imagine?
to take 10% of that away. 4,100, that's gone. But I will put 40,000 back up in there, and we hope that this starts flashing. Where are you going?
We'll go for 2, please.
Right up Job Zone 2. This is the first of 5. No, that wasn't the one we needed.
No, definitely not.
Right. Am I going there again?
I'll try 2 one more time, and then if that doesn't work, going back to 1.
2. Light her up. Come on, go left, left, left. Gotta get it left.
Come on.
Oh, they're all coming together. Oh! Now, you're going to have to look where the next one comes from.
Yeah, it's going to have to be 1, I think.
Okay.
Because I don't think there's enough on 2 now.
So it's 3 left, and let's put the third one in to drop zone 1 this time.
Yep, we're going right.
Now, I think it's gone back to 2. What do you think?
All right. Trusting you, Todd. You're
Just
the
hold
expert.
on to that baby, please, Brianna. Right, we're going,
All right,
2
we're going
this time.
2.
Here we go. We need the centre and the left side of 2.
Nah, we're done now, I think.
Oh, no! We're not done yet. Not done yet. Oh. Well, I don't know where to go now. You got 1 to go. It needs to be a good, solid push.
Yeah, I think it has to be 1. Oh my gosh. 1?
Yeah. Final counter. We get lucky in the right place. $40,000 is yours, Brianna.
And I will cry.
Just don't have the baby.
I'll try really hard.
Final drop. Light up drop zone 1. We need on the right-hand side. Come on, Brianna.
Oh, I can't even watch.
Oh.
So close.
Oh, no! The jackpot counter.
Oh.
It's literally crowning, but it's not ready to come our way.
Oh.
Unfortunately,
Never
Brianna,
mind.
we've got nothing to go home with except the pizza oven. You'll be thinking about us each time that you make that. Unbelievable, brave effort, and so close. Thanks so much. Good luck, Nathan, and good luck, Brianna, with the new baby. Thank you to our audience, and thank you for watching at home. Join us next time when 3 new contestants line up their luck right to the very edge of the tipping point.
Tonight, former mines, future uses, the vision for 2 key hunter sites unveiled. The Industry Minister provides an update on funding negotiations for Tomago Aluminium. And in sport, the Sydney Sixers to bypass Coffs Harbour in the upcoming Big Bash season.
This is NBN News with Natasha Beyersdorf.
Good evening. 2 new industrial precincts are set to be built on remediated mining land in the Hunter, with the aim of creating around 7,000 local jobs. Defence, manufacturing and freight companies are touted as potentially moving in.
From a mining pit to an industrial hub, this is the vision for the future of the Mount Arthur coal mine.
There's a lot of great assets, as you can see behind us, that could be repurposed for future jobs growth, whether that's in manufacturing, whether that's in renewable energy production, in data centres, in renewable energy generation itself.
The Muswellbrook site's set to be unrecognisable post-2030 when BHP ceases operations. The state and federal governments today announcing plans for a transformation precinct. Also set to be rezoned for development, Glencore's Macquarie Coal Complex, made up of the now-defunct West Wallsend underground mine and Taralba Colliery.
There's some really good assets in water, in electricity, in roads, in rail, in hard stands, in sheds, all the sort of things that anyone looking from heavy manufacturing through to renewable energy might be looking for.
The 2 industrial precincts set to create a combined 7,000 jobs. It's hoped some will go to mine workers facing redundancies.
It's all about families being able to put a roof over their head, food on the table, and make a life for themselves, and that's what's really important here.
Locals can now have their say on the master plan and the rezoning proposals via the State Planning Portal website until August 11. Drop-in sessions will also be held over the next fortnight at Muswellbrook and Glendale. The rezoning proposal is set to be finalised by the end of the year before the master plan is delivered from 2027.
We want to know what people think. We want to know what their views are because ultimately, they're the people living it now. They're the people going to be affected and they're the people we want to hear from the most.
Risa Utama, NBN News.
The Federal Minister leading negotiations on a bailout to save Tomago Aluminium was today unable to provide a timeline as to when workers will get answers about their futures. The smelter's facing closure by 2028 due to high energy costs. The state government has budgeted for a rescue package with no dollar figure announced as it consults with the Commonwealth.
Both governments are working hard on what is a complex and large undertaking.
Are you making progress?
Sure.
The State Minister for the Hunter says workers are being kept front of mind. 6 childcare centres across the Hunter and Central Coast have been named by the AFP as it investigates a former childcare worker over his alleged abuse of 136 children over a 16-year period. Hamish Tate is charged with 329 offences, which officers allege occurred between 2009 and 2025 at 5 facilities. Police have now identified other locations the 35-year-old worked at, including Endeavour Early Education at Carryong, Morisset and District Children's Centre, and Currumbong Valley Community Preschool. Morisset and Currumbong claim Tate was not employed at either facility, was not left alone with any children, and there is no evidence that any offending occurred at their service. NBN News is not suggesting any incidents occurred at these locations. And there'll be more on this story in 9 News at 6. Large parts of Newcastle were kept in the dark this morning. A blackout was first reported just before 6:30 a.m, with nearly 8,000 Ausgrid customers between Merewether and Newcastle affected, including several cafes.
We managed to deal with it. It was handwritten dockets, and luckily we live in a pretty good community here, so a lot of guys just offered to pay, come tomorrow and we'll sort it out, so we're pretty lucky on that front.
The cause remains under investigation, with power restored about 7:45 a.m. Meanwhile, Ausgrid crews were kept busy on a second front this morning, repairing a snapped power pole in Broadmeadow. The electricity provider says it was hit by a car on Lambton Road just before midnight and did not cause this morning's outage. Police are not investigating. Marine rescue crews on the mid-north coast have logged their busiest June on record. It also proved a turbulent 4 weeks for the Northern Rivers, grappling with the loss of 2 volunteers.
No rest for marine rescue in winter.
Winter is no time for complacency. Boaters must remain vigilant because weather conditions can change rapidly.
The mid-north coast experiencing its biggest June to date, with 35 search and rescue missions and 84 people brought safely back to shore. Port Macquarie also reached a unit milestone of 16 rescue missions, all while keeping a watchful eye on waters further north.
The volunteers at Marine Rescue Port Macquarie are extremely dedicated. Their radio operators provide a 24/7 service, monitoring the mid-north coast and Northern Rivers overnight.
June also saw fallen Ballina Marine Rescue heroes Bill Ewan and Frank Petch farewelled by their families and the community. The unit's commitment to the community is still unwavering, conducting 24 search and rescue missions and bringing nearly 60 people back to dry land.
But there have been some fairly serious rescues involving canoes, boats that have got stranded, boats that have been leaking.
The whale migration has prompted a warning from Marine Rescue to be wary of the gentle giants.
These are magnificent wild animals and their behaviour can be unpredictable. Give them the space they deserve and always keep a careful lookout for whales, other vessels and changing conditions.
Marine Rescue is also urging boaties to remember to log their vessel on as they start their journey and log off as they come back into shore.
Probably one of the best ways that we try to encourage people to do that is through the use of the Marine Rescue app. And it can make significant difference in us being able to get to you if the untoward happens.
Isabel Gallagher, NBN News.
Bangalow residents are urged to have their say on the town's first comprehensive flood study. Council's draft report identifies Bangalow Creek and its tributaries as the area's biggest flood risks. It also highlights 5 overland flooding hotspots. Feedback can be submitted through Council's website until August 12. Federal member for Page Kevin Hogan has revealed the Northern Rivers' 8 new local sporting champions. The federal government initiative provides financial assistance to teenage athletes to help cover travel, accommodation and equipment expenses. Eligible sports stars can apply for the grant online. A Newcastle man is more than $1.5 million richer after checking a lottery ticket on a bathroom break at work. The entry was among 4 Division 1 winners drawn on Saturday and purchased from Nextra in Katara. It's the news agency's 2nd Division 1 winning ticket in the space of just a month. Checking the weather now, plenty of sunshine about the region once again today. Those top temperatures very mild, high teens, even warmer in parts of the district, up over 20 degrees. Ballina, Lismore today 22 degrees, Cape Byron 21. You're watching NBN News. Still ahead, an aged care worker charged over the assault of an elderly resident in the Clarence Valley. A man accused of murdering another with a scooter at Port Stephens tells the court his version of events. And meet the Hunter dancer hoping to follow in her sister's footsteps at the Moulin Rouge.
Coming up on the news, alleged mastermind charged over the kidnapping of North Ryde grandfather Chris Bagsarian. Why most Australians believe house prices need to fall. Concerns MS patients could fork out thousands to access a critical drug. And Stephen Crichton's miraculous recovery from a frightening injury. See you at 6.
GYG's tenders just got crispier and tastier. That's what happens when you use 100% free-range chicken. Crispy crumb packed with GYG's Chipotle seasoning and our gourmet dipping sauces. You've never had a tender like this. Love ya.
With Light and Easy, my breakfast, my lunch, and my dinner is portioned right. I never feel like I'm missing out on anything because Light and Easy has everything that you need. I feel so good.
Start doing Light and Easy and lose weight without losing the joy of eating.
Confidence comes from the inside. But sometimes we need a little outside help. Ascend a Life. Protecting Australians' confidence in retirement.
Well, the cat's out of the bag. Aldi prices just got Aldier across the Moser Roth, Shocker and Shocker mini range. That's these European chocolates. These ones too, and... oh, there's that cat. Aldi, good different.
We just want to be winning. We love playing for Wallabies. We love playing the Strong team.
We love playing the Northern teams at home. Nursery. Over 5 acres of trees, native shrubs and exotic plants. Huge range of fruit trees, indoor and outdoor plants, pots, planters and much more. Buy direct, save heaps. Remember to say hi to Sally at Kingscliff Nursery, Coogin Road, Coogin.
Best sheds up to 40% cheaper. Triple garage is $8,900. 4-car garage $7,500. All sheds are backed with a 20-year manufacturer's warranty. Call Best Sheds on 1-800-15 1780.
What if $2 was all it took to live the dream on Tambourine Mountain? Win this $5.7 million Marta Prize Home Package, including this Lexus and $1 million in gold. Don't wait. Get your tickets now.
A Port Stephens man accused of murdering another man with a scooter has today given evidence in his murder trial. Kane Flanders claims he was acting in self-defence when he struck Ashley Morgan, who came at him with an axe.
Kane Flanders is accused of murdering Ashley Morgan with a scooter during a dispute on a Raymond Terrace street. Today, Flanders gave his version of events, telling a jury 38-year-old Morgan came at him with an axe and knocked him to the ground. I reached over and grabbed the scooter, Flanders claimed. Then I jumped up and just turned around and swung it all in one motion. The scooter struck Mr. Morgan in the head and he fell to the ground. Why swing the scooter, he was asked by his barrister. I thought I was going to die, Flanders replied. He was aiming for my head with an axe. What did you hope to achieve by swinging the scooter? To scare him off. The jury has previously heard Mr. Morgan and his partner were smashing windows and mailboxes in the early hours of April 9, 2024. When Flanders went outside, he got into an argument with Morgan's girlfriend, and the accused was handed the scooter by his brother. The prosecution alleges after striking Mr. Morgan to the ground, Flanders continued to hit him several times with the scooter as he lay on the road. Flanders today denied that, maintaining he only struck him once. He's pleaded not guilty to murder. The trial resumes tomorrow. Tyson Cottrell, NBN News.
A former assistant nurse has been accused of the sexual assault of an elderly resident at an aged care home in Maclean. Police claim the incidents involved a 79-year-old patient and occurred over several months between November 2023 and February 2024. A 27-year-old man was arrested at Grafton Police Station yesterday, where he was charged with 3 offences. He was refused bail and will face a local court judge in September. A Newcastle dancer has her sights set on the bright lights of Paris, aiming to follow in the steps of her older sister at the Moulin Rouge. But for Mayor Whittaker, undertaking the gruelling and highly selective audition is about far more than just a spot on the stage. Mayor Whittaker has spent years honing her craft at the Newcastle Dance Academy. But now the 19-year-old is trying to land a spot on the world-famous Moulin Rouge stage. On Sunday, she wrapped up a gruelling 5-hour audition in Sydney.
I feel like there was over 100 people. There was so many people. The room was full. The mirrors started fogging up. There was a lot.
The production favours tall dancers with a strong foundation in classical ballet and jazz.
After I've done ballet my whole life, it's a big change putting on the heels and changing it up a bit.
If she makes the cut, it's not just a ticket to Paris, but a dream reunion. Her older sister Grace has been centre stage at the Red Mill since 2024.
Her telling me all about it kind of ignited that in me to want to follow her and give it a shot.
But for the Whittaker family, May's audition carries a much deeper weight. It's a tribute to their biggest fan, their mum Angela, who sadly passed away in January after a long illness.
I stopped dancing to take care of my mum full time. Getting back into dancing after losing mum, I feel like has helped me so much, and even being in the audition yesterday, I just felt at home.
For now, it's a waiting game.
Once they're back in Paris, they'll look over everything and then get back to us. But you could be waiting a week, you could be waiting months.
Danny Geddes, NBN News. You got this, Mayor. Now, time for sport with Adam Murray, and the Big Bash is bypassing Coffs Harbour this summer, Adam.
That's right. Good evening, Tash. The Sydney Sixers have chosen to take a game to another regional city. The move ends a 5-year deal. The effects on the local cricket community next. And also ahead, the Knights forced to reshuffle their sides for this weekend's matches.
When you discover mold has taken hold, it's something you can't unsee. It affects your health.
Ready for a mood reset? Let Botanica's nature-inspired fragrances take you there. Infused with exotic vanilla from the foothills of Madagascar. Botanica. Inspired by nature.
Your eyes are incredible.
I know. My optic nerves are in excellent condition. What about yours?
Brownish. Green?
A clear view of your eye health is essential. That's why Specsavers include OCT scans at no extra charge.
Medibank has cover designed to be used, like earning Live Better Awards points for using your cover, which you could put towards saving $200 on your premium. Search Medibank Value. Live better with Medibank.
The majestic four-wheel drive. Born to roam the wilds, but shackled to a life of domestication in the suburbs. Instead of running the telegraph track, they're making a run to the shops. Instead of river crossings, they're stuck at zebra crossings. But now there's an insurance policy that frees the four-wheel drive, giving cover anywhere you can legally go in Australia. Club 4x4 Insurance. Free the four-wheel drive.
Didn't think we could afford to.
Our Aussie broker helped us renovate sooner by unlocking the equity in our home.
Our Aussie broker went the extra mile.
One bit of advice? Chat to Aussie.
Book a chat with an Aussie broker today. Meet Jenna the Captain with no time for fevers and fuss. Thankfully, Panadol Children now has a new formula with an improved taste that is easy to swallow and can start to reduce fever in 15 minutes. Relief without the fuss. That's one for Panadol.
Introducing Schwarzkopf Extra Care. Confidence is everything. That's why I use Schwarzkopf Extra Care. Formulated with caffeine and peptides for fuller hair after 6 weeks. Schwarzkopf Extra Care for every you.
This Sport Report brought to you by Harvey Norman. Shop best brands, best range, best prices.
After 5 summers, one of the Big Bash League's most successful regional stops has dropped off the map. Coffs Harbour won't host a match this summer, bringing its deal with the Sixers to an end, but hopes of a return are still alive.
From Steve Smith's explosive century in 2023, and it's a 6 to take Steve Smith to a fabulous 100, to washed-out nights and heart-stopping finishes.
Impressively, superbly, and the Sixers get there.
The Big Bash has created no shortage of memories in Coffs Harbour, but this summer there won't be another chapter.
It is disappointing, but it was anticipated. We knew it was a 5-year deal, and now we just look into the future of where are we negotiating from there.
Every Mid-North Coast match was sold out, giving young cricketers a chance to watch some of the game's biggest stars.
The Big Bash obviously plays a huge role in getting a lot of our juniors to come through the sport and then obviously into our competition, as a senior competition. So they want to be able to see the game, not just on their TV.
And while the impact may not be immediate, there's concerns that fewer elite matches in the regions could mean fewer players picking up the bat.
It's probably not a impact that we'll see from last man stand's perspective in the next kind of 2 years, but if it continues, the next 5 to 10 years, we'll probably see a decline in numbers and player availability, yeah.
But the Sixers say Coffs Harbour is still part of the club's heartland, thanking their fans for their support over the past 5 years and say they look forward to strengthening their connection with the community.
The door is never closed. We're always looking for marquee events. We love the Sixers. We work very, very well with the Sixers, so very likely we might see something come up on the horizon.
Sixers players won't disappear completely. They'll visit the region later this month as part of the club's country blitz. Britt Ramsey, NBN News.
The hamstring injury that ruled Jermaine McEwen out of the Rabbitohs clash last Sunday continues to keep him sidelined. He's not been named to face the Sharks on Friday night. The Knights also announced Cody Hopwood is out with a calf injury. Greg Marju has been named to play despite suffering a nasty cork last weekend. And Bradman Best is set to make his return after being rested following his starring role in the Origin decider. Meanwhile, Newcastle has released talented teen Kingston Seve on compassionate grounds, allowing him to return home to his family in Queensland. The NRLW side welcomes Georgia Roach back from suspension for their first home game this season, hosting the Dragons on Sunday night. It's caused a reshuffle. Kira Dibb has been named at 5'8", Bo Vetti Welsh moves to the bench, and Lucy Spain retains the fullback jersey after making her debut last. Marist brothers were hoping to add another victory to their NRRL resume on Saturday, but met their match in the Lower Clarence Magpies. Just 4 points separated the sides by full time, with both sides opening their play in electric style.
The Lower Clarence Magpies were on enemy turf in Lismore on Saturday, hosted by the Marist Brothers Rams.
We're underway here at Crozier Oval. Hezekiah McKenzie, the first touch of the footy.
The home side put the first points on the board.
Buller kicks in the right corner. There's a 3-on-1. Knocked on by the Magpies. Kai Cooper picks up the steals. And he'll score the first try of the afternoon for the Marist Brothers Rams.
But the Magpies swiftly returned fire.
McKenzie now from dummy half. Goes the left side and they're in the corner. Lower Clarence Magpies, brilliant attack.
Two respective missed conversions levelled the score to 4-all. The Rams put 6 more points on the board, but the Magpies quickly matched them. Not content with a draw, the visitors snatched the lead 2 minutes out from the halftime buzzer.
Boot the ball there from Dylan Collins. And McKenzie finishes off. Now you can take your pick who's going to score this try. And it's going to be Dylan Collins with a second.
The second half couldn't have been a more different affair. Scoreless, save for 2 penalty kicks.
Flags were up. It's 18-10 to the visitors. Here in this round 12 feature game.
Lower Clarence clinched an 18-14 win. They've got a bye this coming weekend. Isabel Gallagher, NBN News.
Local AFL takes a break this weekend for the annual representative round. Northern Rivers juniors will head to Coffs Harbour for a 3-day carnival.
Trading club colours for blue and gold. The Northwest Blue Heelers head to Port Macquarie on Saturday to battle North Coast and Central West in the annual representative round.
Players get to test themselves against the best players from other regions, and also it just provides a little bit of variety.
Contesting men's and women's fixtures, it's said to be high-class footy.
Because we've got the best of the best, there's less fumbling, the ball handling is a whole lot better from the players.
But officials are keeping one eye on the sky, with heavy rain expected in the coming days. They've been in talks with Coffs Harbour and Port Macquarie councils over alternative arrangements to avoid cancelling.
Can't guarantee it won't, but we've got a lot of plan Bs put in place to make sure that we can get footy in as best as we possibly can.
Before they get underway, juniors will take centre stage in Coffs Harbour for a 3-day carnival starting tomorrow. Northern Rivers will compete for the first time in more than 5 years, while South Coast and Central Coast have been earmarked as favourites.
It really gives them a test of just their ability against players from other regions. It allows them to see what sort of level they should be at.
Rob Douglas, NBN News.
And Tash, that is our look at sport.
Adam, thank you. Stay with us. Lauren Kempe next to check the latest weather details.
Shortly on 9 News, a father of 6 dies in hospital after being bashed on his morning walk at Yennora. His alleged killer caught, ending a 3-day manhunt. A warning Australians could pay the price as the US prepares to block the Strait of Hormuz. The pocket-sized device promising to save lives. A spectacular light show to kick off Bastille Day celebrations in Paris. And Jerome Luai is Parramatta bound as Benji Marshall fires up at talk the pair have had a falling out. All of that in the news at 6.
The F1 race is heating up. He's flying into that corner entry. Careful, Negri on track. Here's the safety car. And the fans can barely believe their eyes.
Doritos, official partner of Formula One. Taste the thrill.
Your eyes are incredible.
I know. My optic nerves are in excellent condition. What about yours?
Brownish. Green.
A clear view of your eye health is essential. That's why Specsavers include OCT scans at no extra charge.
Here we are.
out of retirement and fight the world champion. Or else we burn down your world. No, that's the way, boy. Now comes the fun. I made you love.
Let's go smooth, rich, and upper level. Starbucks by Nespresso. Starbucks coffee at home.
Our doers, once they're born and they're weaned. The watershed moment was at the end of our selling season, I was left with 12 calves that were unsaleable.
Don't let pestivirus rob you blind.
PestiGuard, always on guard.
So you think your carpet's really clean, the best that your street's ever seen, but do you really, really know what's going on down deep inside? Well, the cat's got fleas, it makes you sneeze, the carpet's getting dirty, the kids try out the baby, and the lounge is looking murky. Just because they look clean doesn't mean they are. That's why you need Electro-Dry. That's why you need Electro-Dry.
Electro-Dry. Electro-Dry. This report brought to you by Electro-Dry for clean, soft, healthy carpets and lounges.
You couldn't ask for much better today. Blustery winds eased throughout our region and we had some pretty clear skies overhead. However, rain is on the way for parts of our coast as we lead into this weekend. Colin Douglas took this photo overlooking Catherine Hill Bay, a stunning part of the world at Lake Macquarie. Thank you for sharing with our NBN Weather Shots social media pages. Overnight, the country's southeast corner again caught some decent rain. We saw some scattered showers as well along the east coast and in southern parts of WA. But a strong high pressure system is rapidly drying out most of Australia's landscape. It's also preventing a lot of cloud from forming throughout the nation right now, as the stronger lows that you can see, they're moving through but sitting well below the continent, and this high isn't going anywhere fast. It doesn't necessarily mean only dry weather though. Onshore winds are picking up moisture here along its ridge, so northeastern New South Wales, potentially southeast Queensland, could be hit by some heavy rain in the next few days. As a trough feeds off low pressure here in the Tasman, stalling along the coastal fringe, there's a decent chance this zone from the mid-north coast up to the Gold Coast will see areas of flash flooding. Tomorrow, very southern and northern parts of the country will enjoy plenty of sunshine. Temperatures will also plummet in Adelaide overnight, only reaching a top of 16. It'll be milder further east in Sydney, getting to a maximum of 18. A strong norwesterly influence and sunshine were the theme across the north coast today. We will see these winds switch around to the southwest tomorrow as cloud cover also begins to build, and by the afternoon through to the evening we can expect some light showers to begin to arrive along the very coastal fringe, and they will get heavier throughout Thursday. Mostly sunny until then though, with similar temperatures on the way. We're topping out at 19 in Yamba and Evans Head, 18 degrees in Byron Bay and 20 degrees at Murwillumbah after a 6 degree start. Coastal conditions for tomorrow, we do have strong wind warnings in place along parts of our coast, including the Byron and Gold Coasts, 2.5 metre seas, a 2 metre swell and 30 knot winds. Morning high tide at 8:40 with the afternoon low at 2:24. Sun to rise at around 6:38 and setting at a few minutes past 5. Sunny in the morning in the Tweed tomorrow, but then we will see those showers begin to arrive and potentially quite heavy falls, seeing us through from Thursday all the way through to the end of the weekend. We could see up to 100 millimetres fall over this period of time, so that is certainly worth monitoring across the region. Ballina could see even heavier falls than that. 19 degrees the top tomorrow, and then the showers will really intensify over Thursday and Friday. There is a risk of flash flooding, and that also extends to the Lismore area over a 3-day period from Thursday through to the end of Sunday. Grafton should see some lighter falls, packing the most punch on Thursday. And it was a beautiful morning along beaches like Ballina, but definitely a little bit of an uphill battle for the board riders. We have a good south to southeasterly swell between now and Thursday.
Lauren, thank you. That is NBN News for this Tuesday. Up next is 9's hour of national news. Thanks for your company. From all the team here, good night.